So Frontier's Greatsword is mostly the same as any other iteration of the weapon. It's a hit and run weapon that excels at dealing huge burst damage by exploiting openings using charge attacks. Frontier's version of the Greatsword differs slightly in that it has a super shield function. This lets you tank hits by making an armor aura around yourself, and in that 2 of the 3 styles have a counter attack that does increasing damage based on the number of hits you block. The Greatsword has 3 different styles. These are Earth, which is the vanilla style, Heaven, which is basically a brick style because it removes charging in exchange for a counter attack, and Storm style, which removes blocking but has a counter attack and a level 4 charge. As with any other version of the Greatsword, you do want to have focus when you're focusing on charge attacks. This is especially true of Storm style because level 4 charges have a much longer delay than a level 3, which means that if you don't use quick charge you will be missing some attacks. In terms of weapons, you do want to focus almost entirely on getting the best raw values possible because element and status is applied at a pretty low rate. Earth style is the core moveset of the Greatsword, and is basically just an extension of the moveset that was found in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. The first big difference from any mainline title is that you can unsheath into any normal attack. This means you can do it into a vertical attack, a horizontal attack, an upswing, or you can do it into guarding. These attacks are still not all charges, and if you want to unsheath into a charge you will have to use vertical attacks. While guarding, you can also perform a strong guard. This gives you the effect of guard plus 2 at the cost of making it very delayed to stop guarding. Charges work pretty much identically to every other Monster Hunter game. You hold down the proper button and then you release it. Charge attacks can be started from simply standing still, from running as an unsheath attack, and from any type of roll in any direction. Rolling sideways will not cause you to do a horizontal slash, and there is no special charge from the horizontal sweep. Although there's no charge follow-up to the horizontal attack, all 3 normal attacks have finishing moves after them. These attacks completely terminate a combo string and are roughly 200% the value of the normal attacks before them. Obviously this means the normal motion value of the attack and not the value of a charge. As mentioned earlier, the Greatsword has the ability to make an armor aura around itself. This disables knockback for the duration of any single attack motion. This does not stop things physically moving you around. This means you're still affected by magnetism and anything pushing you. It's important to keep in mind that super armor does not stop any damage. This means that any attacks that would normally send you flying have the risk of actually killing you if they hit multiple times. Heaven style is the first of 2 different movesets you'll unlock while playing through style rank. It has 2 big differences compared to Earth style. The first is that it has no ability to charge. This is exactly as bad as it sounds and does remove your major source of DPS. The second difference is the replacement of the kick with a counter attack. As an attack, the counter is very similar to a horizontal sweep, except it has the addition of guarding frames. If these guard frames are actually used, you will deal more damage on the counter. The additional damage is not actually relative to the attack blocked, so if you block something that would kill you or if you block something that would deal 1 damage, it's still the same attack increase. The counter itself can be used as you would any other attack. It can be used from standing still, it can be used as a combo follow-up. The only place it cannot be used is after you perform a finisher. This does mean that as with the other 3 main attacks, you can use it as an infinite combo. Storm is the second style that's unlocked during style rank. Compared to the other styles, Storm does a few different things. The first is that it completely removes the charge on vertical attacks. Instead, this is moved to the upswing, where it has a new level, a level 4 charge. This charge shares all the normal properties of the upswing. That means it has the same attack angles, and it has the same ability to launch teammates. Although it is notably stronger than the normal level 3 charge, it is also harder to actually utilize properly. Storm style also has no ability to manually guard, instead you just have the counter from Heaven style. This is partially why Heaven style is not really worth using, because you have a charge on Storm style if you want the counter, and if you don't want the counter you have Earth style. As with every version of the Greatsword since Try, if you hold the charge too long you will lose a level. If you release a level 4 charge too late, there will be no flash on the attack being released, and that means you are doing a level 2 charge. Reflect is an armor skill that's available upon hitting G rank. Reflect adds the ability to automatically counter-attack while guarding against attacks. This is triggered on any guarding action, which includes normal guarding and the counter-attack for greatswords. The ability cannot crit and has a motion value based on the actual level of the skill up to Reflect +3. The actual Reflect attack itself is not limited to attacking simply the monster that hit you and can in fact process on any monsters that are in range of the attack. The guarding action does not have to be perfectly timed, and you can hold guard to get ready for an enemy hitting you and still perform the Reflect action. If you want to play Monster Hunter Frontier, you can visit fist.moe, which is a site containing guides and information on playing the Taiwanese version of Monster Hunter Frontier. The Taiwanese version is a couple months behind the Japanese version, but otherwise has lots of new content if you haven't played Frontier before. The Taiwanese version does not have an IP block, which means any foreign players can connect without having to worry about subscribing to a VPN, or about being banned for simply being from a foreign country. Subscription costs are also somewhat lower, and there is a trial to Hunter Rank 99, which is a decent amount of content.